I'm Dominique Richey, and today we're going to be talking about vegetarian, pescatarian, flexitarian. What is it? We're going to show you the difference between these lifestyle choices. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I have some tips that will help you switch from a meat-based lifestyle to one of these other options that I'm talking about. You want to hear it? Here it is. First up, we have vegan. So what exactly do vegans eat? You can check out my slide right here. Vegans do not eat animal products or any animal byproducts, and they also do not eat dairy products. They also don't eat honey. Next up, vegetarians. Vegetarians do not eat animal products or animal byproducts. However, they do eat dairy products. That is one of the differences between vegan and vegetarian. So vegetarians do still eat dairy. Some vegetarians also eat eggs and egg products. Next up, pescatarian. You can take a look at this slide. I myself am a pescatarian. And what that means is I'm a vegetarian, but I also eat fish and seafood products. Yes, some pescatarians do eat eggs. Flexitarians, oh my gosh, what is that? Here are my tips to help you if you want to switch from a meat-based diet to another one of these lifestyle choices that I mentioned earlier. Number one, you have to figure out what is your why. Why are you choosing the lifestyle switch? So it could be because you want a way to lose weight. It could be just because you want to live a healthier lifestyle. Or it could be, in some cases, you want to get rid of a disease such as cancer or diabetes. So there are some options that are better depending on your why. So that's number one. Figure out why you want to make the switch. For me, my why was to get rid of hypertension. So I knew that a meat-based lifestyle was something that I needed to change. So that is why I switched to a pescatarian lifestyle. Number two, you want to make a list of the things that you are currently eating, okay? And then you're going to cross out those things from that list that you can eliminate completely. For example, pork, honey buns, snack cakes, etc. So if there is something on this list that you just know that you just don't have to have on a weekly basis and you can get rid of those items, you want to cross those out on the list. Now you can draw a line in the middle of your paper, and on the right side of your paper, you can have some alternatives to the things that you wrote down on the left side of your paper. So for instance, on the left side of my paper, if I wrote down milk and I wanted to get rid of milk or find an alternative to milk, on the right side of my paper, I can go for almond milk, soy milk, etc. So those are things that will help you switch over to another lifestyle choice. Number three, figure out if you want to take it slow or if you want to cut off these foods cold turkey. So what I mean by that is, if you are thinking about just saying, you know what, I'm trying to get rid of mucus out of my body ASAP, you may want to opt for the Alkaline Electric lifestyle choice, and you may want to just go ahead and make your list of the things that are on the Alkaline Electric list and start now. Then for others, if you want to just ease into it, then the Flexitarian lifestyle may be a better choice for you. The Flexitarian lifestyle gives you a little bit more wiggle room and gives you time to transition into a new lifestyle choice. Number 4, create a meal plan and a shopping list. Once you've made that list of the things that you've gotten rid of or that you can get rid of, and you also have made your list of the alternative switches that you can make, now you can go to the grocery store, or if you shop online, and get those things from the list that you wrote down on the right side. So for instance, we chose almond milk instead of regular milk. So now our shopping list, instead of milk for the week, is going to include almond milk. My biggest concern when making the switch to the pescatarian lifestyle was my kids, because they were still eating meat. Because we were still eating meat, I knew it would be hard for them to switch to another lifestyle. So they are still, you could say, flexitarians, because they do still eat meat, especially when they're at another family member's house or something like that. So they would be considered flexitarians. So you also have to consider the people in your household as well, because typically they're not going to be on the same level with you as far as wanting to make the switch just because you are making the switch. If they are down for it, that is great, because you guys can build a support system, which brings us to the next one. Find a support group. This is important. So they don't have to be necessarily in your home or reside with you. There's support groups on Instagram, there's support groups on YouTube. You really just want to be encouraged and have people that you are looking at every day who are doing the same thing that you are doing, so that you know, I know when I started, people joke with me all the time, like, ha ha ha, you're eating grass. Don't nobody want that grass? So I knew that, I had to make the lifestyle choice, and it was actually rewarding for me that I did it. No matter what people think. That's why it's good to have that support, so that you will have like-minded individuals that are on the same wave as you, and who also know, what the goal is, to live a healthier lifestyle. Number 6 is going to be set realistic goals. So if you know that you kind of just want to transition into it and you're not ready to quit cold turkey, it's good to have realistic goals set. So your goal for 1 week could be just, I'm going to eliminate milk this week. Or you could also do the 21-day rule, where you're going 21 days to break whatever habit that you had that you don't like. So you could take 21 days of getting rid of bacon, for instance. Just set realistic goals as to what you want to cut out, or what you would like to accomplish with your lifestyle change for that amount of time. So it could be that you want to, for example, for me, my goal was to eliminate potatoes from my diet. So what I noticed was when I started eating potatoes, I would start feeling bad and I would start getting cramps, and I didn't really realize that it was the potatoes until I noticed that every time I ate a particular food, you have to realize that when you eat a particular food, recognize what it's doing in your body. So for me, I had to get rid of potatoes. It was very hard because I love French fries, I love mashed potatoes, but sometimes those things that you love don't love you back, and that was one of them. So again, set realistic goals, and that will help you in your transition as well. All right, next we have find restaurants that carry the food options for your lifestyle choice. Now, this one is very tough, especially when you are living a lifestyle that requires you to be on the go all the time. So most of the time, the people who have a lifestyle of being on the go all the time, you're gonna wanna pick up something really quick so you can get it over and done. So what I found was now it's very different from when I started my pescatarian journey. There are many more options that you can choose. When I started my pescatarian journey, it was a little difficult to go to fast food places and find things that you could eat that were not meat-based. However, now a lot of restaurants are hopping on the trend of having those foods that are plant-based versus having the entire menu just animal-based. So Beyond Meat is available at a lot of the fast food chains now, as well as the Impossible brand. Taco Bell, because they already sell beans, I used to opt for like a black bean burrito, which those are really good. I know I say really good all the time. I'm gonna try to find some other words in my vocabulary instead of very good. But that burrito is splendid, okay? Now, you have to also realize that just because these are plant-based products, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily gonna be healthier for you, but it could just be a plant-based option. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, I know that restaurants will have, the calories and the sodium content available for you to look at. So that's also something you want to keep in mind is, what's the sodium intake if you're concerned with hypertension, or, if you're concerned with getting rid of mucus. You might, want to look into the things you might want to look at the ingredients that are included in those plant-based options from a fast food restaurant. All right, next up is give yourself credit. Don't be so hard on yourself if you don't necessarily meet your goals for the week or for the month. It's okay. You can always start again. The main thing is that you are making changes to a healthier lifestyle. So that is commendable in itself. And then the next thing you want to do is find recipes. Find some good options. There's so many out here. You can go to, you can look online, you can look at YouTube videos, you can go to Instagram, And then what I do is create the meat-based version of the recipes and make it a plant-based version. So I've done this now. I've become very good at it. There are certain plant-based foods that are similar in taste to a meat-based protein that you can swap out. Some people swap out a meat-based protein and they will choose chickpeas, or they will choose mushrooms or jackfruit. You may have to do, some seasoning to it, or add your own spices, your own whatever you gotta do to make it taste the way you would like it. But I have found this very helpful, is to look at recipes, and once you get into a groove, you kind of know what's gonna taste good, what you're gonna like, what you're not gonna like, once you start actually cooking and getting used to the things you can and cannot eat. For example, I used to love barbecue pulled pork. So I found a recipe that uses jackfruit in replacement of the pulled pork. Jackfruit is similar in the texture and taste of meat, so it could be another opportunity for you to switch from a meat-based protein to jackfruit. I did notice that when I cook the jackfruit, sometimes you might have to marinate it a little bit and let those marinate it in your seasonings, or what have you, to get it to have a better flavor or taste. So what you have to keep in mind is that you still are eating plants. So you want to kind of put your own razzle dazzle on it to make it taste the way you want it to. All right, guys, so don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, bye.